Hello, beautiful souls. This is Sarah Ariana, and this is an energy update for October of 2023. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Before we dive into October's energy, we need to take a step back into September, for this will help our awareness around October. So let's go back to September the 18th, the 19th. You can see here with this chart, we experienced strong geomagnetic storms. It began on the 18th, ended just before the 20th, and then on the 20th and 21st, we experienced two M8 solar class flares. We experienced very strong activity with the sun. And during this time, you may have experienced very intense headaches, migraines that wouldn't go away with pain medication. You may have been very tired. There's a whole range of sensations that we went through. And then the equinox on September the 23rd. On the 23rd and 24th, within the Schumann resonance, there were two peaks of around 54 hertz and another strong geomagnetic storm you can see here with the chart on September the 25th and another one on the 26th. Now, during the time from September the 18th to around the equinox, you may have been feeling that your mind, your brain, was microwaved. You may have felt that there was a rewiring going on, and all you could do was rest during this time. And then, with the equinox, something happened. And you may have felt that your energies began to withdraw. You were submerged into a cocoon of healing and detaching from the 3D matrix. Now, when I talk about the 3D matrix, I'm not talking about Earth or Gaia. I'm talking about the vibration, the frequency of the 3D, of the third dimension. And you may have found from the equinox to October the 1st and even beyond, you are now in this cocoon energy. And this is taking a step back and being extremely gentle and kind with yourself. From September the 23rd to the solstice now, December solstice, there are many of us that are now going through a deep transformational period. And what does this mean? We are going through our own evolution of coming into our own. This is our preparation time for the coming years as we aid humanity and create our new earth. Part of this preparation is moving out of the logical mind, releasing the mind, and flowing into the heart. And as we do this, this is a process. This is a multi-layered process for our physical vessel, and also emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. So you may find now in October, November, and December that you are moving into a cocoon, a time where you are detaching more and more from the 3D world. There are belief systems that are beginning to dissolve. You may have found that you've always wanted to watch the news or be informed. And the realization is that in the fifth dimension and beyond, there is no news of chaos and violence. And you slowly detach from that. You may find that one of your favorite restaurants you used to like going to, you really enjoyed the food here. And as you continue to cocoon and evolve and transform during this time, your energy no longer matches that vibration. And you may also find that you're moving into simplicity into your life. You may find that in your home, in your space, you continue to purge and let go of. You are releasing material items and no longer have an attachment to these items. And as you go through your home, your space where you live, you may be donating items, giving them away, for you're wanting space in your home and space in your energy. And if you have a job where you are working full time, and the only time that you could truly rest is when you're off from work and at home, you may find that over these next 3 months, you may need to call in sick once in a while to help your energy or increase your self-care when you get home. And setting intentions before you go to work. Setting the intentions that you have the strength You have the ability to embrace your day and to be in these energies as you transform. We also had a full moon on the Friday. And you may have found right before the full moon that your energy, the spaces you were in, whether it be at work, at school, out and about in society, that it was a bit like the Twilight Zone. There were things that people would say, circumstances that you were in, that you may have had heightened sensitivity. You may have thought, is this really going on? Is this really what I'm seeing? And if you went into a store or institution of some kind, you may have really felt like you were in some kind of movie and you really felt the vibrations of the third dimension. You may have also noticed that heightened emotions were rising during this time. And you may have had to calm down family members or friends as anger or confusion rose. And we are now in October, and October is also eclipse season. We know with eclipses that they are not an airy and light time. It can be a 2-week period of deep transformation. And after the eclipses, there's time to integrate and process what actually occurred during that transformative time. On October the 21st, the Divine and I have an Eclipse quantum transmission event. And the intention of this event is to connect to our star origin and receive healing and remembrances from our soul family of light during this potent, powerful time between eclipses. To register for this event, you can click on the link below in the description box. And tools that can help us at this time. I recently had a session with my friend Beth, who lives in Australia, and she's created something incredible. They're called vibrational healing sessions. She uses tuning forks and other vibrational tools. And when we connected, I could feel the energy channels open within my body. And 72 hours after the session, my body felt clear. After all of those geomagnetic storms, after the solar flares, after all that occurred from September, I felt clear. Beth offers one-on-one sessions and also group healing sessions. For more information, her website is below in the description box. And very exciting, the Divine sessions are now open for October. And the intention of these one-on-one sessions are to help you on your path of ascension. These sessions will also continue in November and December and be opened at the beginning of each month. For more details, you can go to sarahariana.com, and there's also a link below in the description box. So in October, November, and December, you may also notice that the tools that you once used to help you with self-care, to help your energy, may no longer work like they did before. You may find that you need longer moments of solitude now, and that your energy leads you to a different holistic therapy, such as a hot, cold stone massage or sound healing. Your energy will lead you to the tools that can help you. And you may also find that your appetite will fluctuate. During the time right after the equinox in September, you may have found for a period of a few days that you were eating higher fat foods that you normally do not eat. However, your body was needing to eat and then rest, detaching from all the drama and trauma of the 3D. And you may have had to detach from the world around you. Your soul, your vessel, having no energy for anything else. And for those of you that are cocooning in October, November, and December, you know there is a massive shift that is occurring. You can feel this in your cells, and you honor the process. You honor the time that it's taking, and you flow with your energy. You flow with how you feel, and you know that you are here for a reason. You know there is a plan to all of this, and you surrender. You let go, and you trust the process. You trust your body, you trust your energy, you trust your heart. I thank you all so much for being here. And leave this message with a couple of videos. one of bear energy and one of whale energy. My family and I were on BC ferries. This is a ferry to take from Vancouver Island to Vancouver and vice versa. And when we were on the ferry, we were looking at the ocean, and in the distance were a couple of humpback whales jumping out of the water. In this video, they are a distance away. However, the intention is for you to feel the wisdom of the whales flow into your vessel. And the second video is one of a massive black bear. My husband was working up island on a river where the fish are waiting to flow upstream and spawn. And this particular bear has full access to all of these fish and is loving life. In this video, this bear is at a distance, and the intention is for you to feel the courage and the strength for you to transform this cocoon energy and this transformative eclipse energy in October. Blessings of love and light to all. Namaste.